What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Today I am going to be talking about the May Player of the Month. As you guys probably or may not know, the Player of the Month as well as the new Tops Now flashbacks for the month of May release next week, as you guys can see, June 7th. So on that Friday, you guys know the POTM packs, which cost 20,000 subs, will come out, and then you can also exchange your Tops Now vouchers for those Tops Now for the month of play packs, and then go ahead and see if you can pull a diamond. Of course, I did make a Tops Now video yesterday, so if you guys want to check that out, top right hand corner. And you guys probably should realize that some of the players that you guys think might get POTM cards, I probably already talked about for my Tops Now monthly rewards, specifically somebody like Derek Dietrich. Yes, he had a great month of May, but at the same time, he hit 3 home runs in one game, so I think he's more likely to get a Tops Now rather than a POTM card. Of course, these are going to be my own predictions. Now, what I did is I have the same amount of cards. There was 8 in the last month, so I'm going to keep it with 8. And I'm going to go the same format, 3 diamonds and then 5 golds as well. I think I went with 3 pitchers and 4 hitters, and then of course the lightning card, or the hero card I like to call it. So I'm going to keep it that same format. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm going to start with the lowest overalls and go all the way up top to my lightning reward card, so make sure to stick around for this whole video. But the first one that we are going to be looking at is for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And now, keep in mind, I had a lot of trouble figuring out at least like one of these because there's a lot of difficulties in really picking how much would they boost the guys overall for this. Because the first one, I have Carson Kelley. He's a 63 overall card. They're going to have to boost him a lot because they come out with golds at minimum, but I think Carson Kelley, he only had 50 at-bats. It was like 50-some at-bats, but he did have a pretty damn good 50 at-bats. He had 6 strikeouts, 10 walks versus lefties at 444, 1,000 slug, 3 home runs, 4 extra base hits, 313 batting average versus righties, 500 slug, 2 home runs, and then, of course, those 2 extra base hits. I think Carson Kelley has decent defense, so they would have to boost his offense quite a bit, obviously, but I think it's deserved. I don't know how the hell he's only a 63 overall. I think that's more of SDS's fault of not actually looking and not upgrading him as he goes on, because he's actually been a pretty decent hitter for the Diamondbacks this year, and him being a 63 overall is quite criminal. I think he really deserves a quite significant boost in the roster update, but I also think that he should be getting a POTM card. I'm going to say an 80 overall, like the lowest possible, just because they have a lot to boost with him, but I think he really does deserve it because he had a really good month of May. On to the next one. Like I said, we are going with 4 golds, and then the 3 diamonds, and then our final one as well. So on to our next one for the Los Angeles Angels. We have Tommy the Stella, who's been very surprising this year. I don't think any of us really expect Tommy the Stella to really go out and really do much this year. I'll move myself here for the time being. But yeah, Tommy the Stella, definitely an interesting candidate right here, but he's having a good year, so I can't knock him for that. He's hitting 321 with a 429 slug versus lefties, 1 home run, and that 1 extra base hit. Righties, he had 352, 549 slug, 4 home runs, 6 extra base hits, 11 strikeouts, and 4 walks. I mean, I don't really know. Tommy the Stella, I think he'd get like an 82. I thought he had a bit more of a slugging percentage. I thought he hit for a little bit more power. I think he has 12 home runs this year, but I think it wouldn't be too hard because unlike Carson Kelley, he would only have to get boosted 8 overall to get to an 82. And usually, if you guys remember the POTM cards, remember that these are usually given to players that more so wouldn't get. They usually don't give these cards to like already live series diamonds. I know they did it last year, and technically Bellinger was a live series diamond when he got it this year, but usually that is not the case. Tommy the Stella is the kind of guy that they love to give POTM cards, so I don't think they would have any problem boosting him up to an 82 overall, and I think he deserves it. He's having a hell of a year, and I think he is a very good candidate. Usually there's at least one reliever, so I wanted to include one right here. For the New York Yankees, we are going to be talking about Tommy Kahnle. I believe that's how I say it. If not, you guys are going to roast me anyway, but Tommy Kahnle, in 12.1 innings pitched, has a 1.546 ERA, 174 OBA, opponent batting average, 0.65 whip, walks and hits per inning pitched, 18 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 home runs. So I think he definitely could get a quite decent card. I'm going to say an 82 to an 83 overall, because he gave up no walks in about 13 innings pitched. He has a 48 walk 9, which would boost him up quite a bit. And he had a 174 OBA, so his hit 9 could get boosted as well. And this card will be pretty decent gameplay wise because his fastball goes in about 99 miles per hour. Then he has a decent slider and changeup as well. This could be a pretty solid low-key gold card for the POTM set, but he's probably going to go for 10k with the current system, so might not be so low-key. On to our last gold. This one was tough because I was debating between diamond and gold for him, but Lucas Giolito, he's having a really good year for the White Sox. Very underrated. I don't really see many people talking about Lucas Giolito, but they probably should. 41.1 innings pitched for the month of May. He has a 1.74 ERA, 169 OBA, 0.82 WHIP, 46 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 2 home runs. Once again, you guys can see this is a case of he is just not really upgraded too much yet, but I think he's better than his attributes portray. Only 10 walks and 41 innings pitched is not great, but it's better than a 48 rating, of course. 46 strikeouts. His K9 is going to be at least in like the 80s for a POTM card. His hit 9 is going to be upgraded as well. And then 2 home runs in 41 innings pitched. So I think they'll move his home run per 9 up as well. I think he'll be an 84 overall gold. Like I said, I bounced between the gold and diamond rating, but I'm going to call him an 84 overall gold for the POTM set. Now on to our diamonds. We're going to have three POTM diamonds, of course. The first one being for the Boston Red Sox. We are going to be looking at Rafael Devers right here, and this is going to start something that I'm really curious and a little bit concerned about. So you guys can see Rafael Devers clearly is not the most defensively inclined. 52 fielding. He has common defense. I'm covering it, but he has common defense. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult because they're going to have to boost, unless they do give him a fielding upgrade, which is not unheard of for them to do in POTM cards, but it is usually more so rare. They don't do it that often. But Rafael Devers in the month of May, he had 333 versus lefties, 593 slug versus lefties, 2 home runs, 3 extra base hits. Then righties 356, 655 slug, 6 home runs, and 13 total extra base hits. I think he's going to get an 85 overall card. That would be a plus 10 from his current, and it's going to be a little bit difficult because I don't know really if they would boost his defense that much because he's obviously not a very good defender. Maybe they boosted a little bit to just get him to that diamond rating in my opinion, but his hitting definitely deserves it. I think he started at like a 70 overall or something this year, so he's gone quite a bit. But he's hitting really well, hitting for contact, hitting for power. I think he definitely is deserving of a POTM card. For staying in the AL East, we're having a lot of AL East cards. I'm going to talk about Charlie Morton right here. There's a couple Rays I was thinking of. Austin Meadows, obviously, but he just got a card last month. Charlie Morton and Avisail Garcia were both deserving. I'm going to give it to Charlie Morton, however. I'm going to say an 86 overall diamond for him. He's pitching quite well in the month of May. 34.2 innings pitched, 2.34 ERA, 205 OBA, 107 WHIP, 44 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 2 home runs given up. So I think his walk night could be boosted a little bit, maybe plus 5, 11 walks and 34 innings pitched. It isn't great, but it's better than a 50 in my opinion. Then 2 home runs and about 35 as well. I think that could be boosted at least to like a 70. 44 strikeouts, I believe that put him in the top 10 for sure. I think he was 8 or 9. And then 205 opponent batting average is quite solid as well. So I'm going to say like an 86 overall, nothing crazy, and this is much more feasible. It wouldn't be that hard for him to get just a plus 3, but I think Charlie Morton definitely is deserving, and he's been one of the best pitchers in the American League this year for sure. Then on to our last live series diamond. This one, he honestly could have been the POTM hero in my opinion. We're of course talking about HyunJin Ryu. The reason I didn't want to put him as the POTM Lightning card hero is for the simple fact that we got Cody Bellinger last time, and it would be kind of weird if we had 2 Dodgers back to back. Low-key might be some things going on there. He probably deserves it. Maybe. I think our Lightning guy definitely deserves it as well. But HyunJin Ryu, just listen to this. 45.2 innings pitched, 0.59 ERA, 177 opponent batting average, 0.68 WHIP, 36 strikeouts, 3 walks, no home runs given up. That is insane. I'm going to say an 89 overall card, which is usually like the highest I would give a POTM card that isn't the like the Lightning card. He probably could get a boost on stamina, hit 9, K9, walk 9, home runs per 9, pretty much everything. Gameplay-wise, I'm a little bit concerned. He does not throw hard. His curveball comes in really slow at 73 miles per hour, but he has a good mix of pitches. But yeah, he throws 91 miles per hour on the gun, maybe 92. But I think this card could be very accurate. Of course, he'd have at least like 90 walk 9, good home runs per 9 as well, and good hit 9. I think this card will be very cool and very deserving. In my opinion, HyunJin Ryu is the best pitcher for the Dodgers now. I think he's surpassed Clayton Kershaw. You know, obviously Kershaw's been doing it longer, but HyunJin Ryu, you cannot deny, is having an absolute fantastic season for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And of course, that leads us to our POTM hero. Right here, I was gonna put George Springer, but he got hurt. I didn't want to put George Springer. He already has a live series diamond. Instead, I'm going to give it to the Pittsburgh Pirate. You guys probably all expected this one, Josh Bell. I think he deserves it. The one thing I was concerned about this card, and I was talking about it in my live stream, is his defense sucks. You know, it's pretty much on the lines with Devers. It is common defense. 39 arm strength, 61 fielding. That is really low. So they would have to boost up his hitting stats a lot in order for him to get to, like, I'm going to call him a 93 overall. That's what I put him, just because it's going to be hard for them to give him much more based on his defense. But I think nonetheless he deserves it. I saw a stat on Reddit, I believe, where Josh Bell, he was in like the top 6 or 7 of the most extra base hits in the month of May of all time, like in the history of MLB baseball. Versus lefties, he's hitting 310, 655 slug, 3 home runs, 4 extra base hits in the month of May. And then versus righties, 416, 843 slug, 9 home runs, 20 extra base hits. Insane. I think he really is deserving of this card. The only thing is his defense is going to be hard to do. But you really cannot deny that he deserves it. He was definitely the best player in the month of May, in my opinion. That isn't, I think Nolan Arenado had just like as good a month, but for obvious reasons, Nolan Arenado already has a 91 overall card. He's not going to get like a 94 POTM card. That just wouldn't make sense. But Josh Bell definitely is deserving in my opinion, and I would love to see this card. A switch hitting first baseman with absolutely amazing contact and power from both sides, and hopefully he'd have at least like 70 plus vision and 50 speed at first base as well. The defense is kind of going to be lacking, but even if they boost that, I think they would have to boost Josh Bell's fielding up a little bit. Even if it's like his arm strength, something that you really wouldn't notice at first base, I don't know how they would boost him, you know, plus 12 overall just based upon his hitting. It's possible, I guess, but nonetheless, I think that Josh Bell is going to be insane. Meaning the POTM set is going to be expensive as hell. Hopefully they change it. Hopefully they keep these packs or these players in packs so it's not as expensive, because as I was talking in one of my previous videos pretty recently, this Kirby Yates actually is on the market now for 335,000 stubs. So if you guys want to get Bellinger, as long as you guys have like 700,000 stubs laying on you, you could probably get them right now. So hopefully they change that, because right now the POTM system, not really a big fan of it, but really looking forward to this Friday's content drop. You know, like I said, tops now. We're getting new moments. We're getting POTM cards. Should be a nice update. But if you guys have your own thoughts and opinions on who you guys are thinking getting the POTM cards, let me know down below in the comment section. Did I sleep on anybody? Did I get these exactly right? Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys have a great day. Later, guys. I'm Saudi.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.